Hello, 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 you gorgeous human beings. It is me, Susie Ashworth, Sunday Times best-selling author of the book Infinite Receiving, and I am dropping in today to talk to you about something that I see new coaches doing all of the time, and I just want to say, stop. I did this when I first started out in coaching. I didn't spend a huge amount of money, but did waste a hell of a lot of time, because when you take this action, you normally will go and invest money on photographs. You will invest time or money in creating copy. You will spend time, probably not enough, investing in putting your offers together and building a whole brand identity for something that is going to be obsolete in 6 months, and like from a content perspective, and not used in the interim. What the heck am I talking about? I'm talking about getting a website. Now, for all of you website designers out there, nothing but love. I am not anti-websites per se. I really am not. I love my website. My website is about to go through a whole new rebrand. And as I said, I invested in a website at the beginning of my business, but it was pretty pointless. Unless you're going to get your head around SEO, which is not really the same as what it was even a year ago now with things like the large language models. So really investing in understanding how you can index on an LLM. Unless you're going to do that and then apply those learnings to everything that you are doing on your website, people are not going to find you on your website. People think that, one, that is going to be your primary source of clients. It is not. And then secondly, people feel like they need to have a website in order to appear professional. And I want to say that if you are a coach building a business in 2026 and beyond, having a professional looking website is not the thing that is going to sell you not even just a high ticket client, but not even a $47 client. People don't need that and are not looking for that. What is going to happen if you use the resources that are available to you for free, i.e. social media? You are going to get your first clients through Instagram, through LinkedIn, through YouTube, through Facebook, depending on who your niche is. You're going to get clients by picking up the phone and going through your own contact list and saying, I am now working on this. I'm helping people who want to create Y. Do you know anybody that would want to be a test client for me? That's how you're going to get your first clients. Word of mouth, referral, in person, and social media. And not one of those people are going to ask, can I see your website? And not one of those people, even in with the slimmest of slim possibilities of people saying, can I see your website? If you said, no, I don't have a website, as long as you are able to talk about how you can actually help the person, they will not care. They will not care. And I think what is frustrating for me is I see so many incredible human beings like really tie themselves up in a knot about whether they're going to step into the world of coaching. I love this industry. I think that it's incredible. I think that what we are doing, what world-class coaches are able to do in this world right now, when it comes to helping people increase their emotional intelligence, their self-awareness, be able to make decisions that help them create whole new realities. I I really, really love what it is that we do. And there are so many people who would be incredible at this profession that don't step in because they're scared of not being good enough and not being able to make it in a sea of other coaches. And then they finally get the courage to take the step, which is amazing. And then they're like, right, now I've got to build the business. Now I've got to make the business. Okay, what's the first thing I need to do? I need to spend money on a website and branding and visual identity and a photo shoot and new wardrobe and hair and makeup and copy, when they don't even know how to powerfully communicate the offer that they're selling. So all of that stuff which you're investing in from a newbie's perspective, which usually means, not always, but usually means you are looking at the biggest people in the industry and going, gosh, I like that website, and I like that website, and I like that website. And you're getting that stuff together. And then you're taking it to your web designer and saying, create me something like this. It's not even you. You don't even know who you are yet as a coach. And this is why I don't want you to invest your money in it. I want you to learn how to create connections so that when somebody reaches out to you, you do not freak out. You're able to very powerfully and calmly ask intelligent and necessary questions to work out who is it that's in my DMs right now and what's the real problem, because it's very rare that people will come to you with what the actual problem is. Most people will come to you with the symptom and be wanting a fix for the symptom. Your job as a powerful coach is to say, okay, tell me a little bit more about where you're at. And what have you tried? And what worked for you? And what didn't work for you? And why didn't you think that works? So that you're able to build up a picture of whether you think that you can actually help this person. Now, what normally happens is that somebody sees you on social media, they'll come into your DMs, and when you haven't had the training on how to conduct a clarity call without getting on the phone, i.e. ask powerful questions to find out who it is in front of you. When you haven't had that training, or you don't feel confident about then taking things to the next step, once you've been able to ask those questions, you just send them to your website. Oh yeah, no, I think I can help you. Just go and have a look. My offers are over here. No. Unless you are an established coach who has the reputation and people are all already familiar with their brand, you can't do that. What you are doing when you do that, massively unconsciously, super unwittingly, is putting a barrier to entry up between you and your potential dreamboat client. You're breaking rapport as you send them away. You're breaking connection as you send them away. So when you've got them in, because they haven't found you on page 765 of Google, once they've found you through social media or through a friend or because you've been to a networking event, your job is to have a conversation. Your job is to speak to them. And whilst you might have an information page, guess what? Even your information page can be put on a Google Doc. I've made thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds through having my sales pages on a Google Doc. My number one recommendation for you, if you're worried about the investing in a website, is don't. And if you're worried about stepping into coaching, understand that all of the experiences that got you here are absolutely invaluable. Your job is to learn the frameworks and the blueprints to take all of those experiences and turn them into a transformational step-by-step, which actually is much easier than you think. And then your job on the other side is to understand how to communicate powerfully the transformation that you facilitate, whilst feeling really, really comfortable in just asking questions so that you get to know somebody. And it's only if, once you've got to know them, if you think that you can help them, that you would ever make an offer. And guess what? In that process, no website is needed. So please, for the love of all things good, wait to build your website. And I know people who have been in the industry for years and still don't have one, and they don't need it, and they're making millions. I like to have a website, but my recommendation is wait until you know more about who you are and your identity as a coach, until you're so obsessed with your offers you think that you're going to be selling them for a year or two, because your offer might actually become a big part of your brand identity. You know, you can play around with it if you have a flagship, and maybe you don't, so it's a different approach. But my point is that a year into building your coaching business, you are going to have a much, much, much better idea of who you are, how you want to communicate that, and how you want your brand to feel and people to experience that. When you've just qualified, you can't possibly know 99% of that stuff for the majority of people. So please don't make the same mistake that so many people either make and it holds them back, or they just are literally throwing money down the drain. Don't do that. I hope that this was helpful. Please leave a comment in the, I was going to say chat box. Please leave a comment below. Let me know what resonates with you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're only a day away. You're welcome.